Today we're going to be talking about framing with the rule of thirds. There's also day 16, I believe, of making photography a habit. So we're in Cronulla, the exact same similar spot, but we're going to be talking about framing. How you can also use the rule of thirds, not the rule of thirds, your foreground as well. It's also quite, there's no clouds yet again, as for some reason the weather decided to be very sunny. Either next week it's going to be rainy as fuck, but you know what? So what you could do with framing is actually use a foreground. See how there's these lines stuff. That's like it's like the frame you really want. What you could do, make sure your horizon's a bit straight and also not as bright as mine. So we obviously want to have a higher aperture, up to like f11, not too much. And then you can have your little bit of framing there. It's a little bit straight on, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna make sure there's actually not many people around here, so that's okay. Obviously, you have your little, let's see, you can shoot through the thing as well to make some decent lines, like that type of thing. There will be on the screen anyways. And yeah, you can like shoot through things with your framing. Make sure like to have both hands on the thing. If you have one arm, then obviously your hand's gonna be shaking. So yeah, but at the moment we're just gonna be taking photos around. I'm taking a bit closer just towards here. Just gonna make sure I don't slip because it's a fucking cliff. So we're just gonna go right down here. Just gonna shoot through there. And also got a single, oh that's fucking scary as well. I'll go through another part as well. I'm just doing the little basic, that's what I used to do. I used to use the foreground to be able to, you know, bring out the framing. Not bring out the framing, give direction in there as well. Yeah, but shooting through objects and stuff is quite simple. We're just gonna do like a little thing like that. Obviously it's not straight, but that's okay. I like to use those. And then we can shoot through something like that. Obviously the plane's not gonna be in there. There would be a plane up there, but you can do something like that. It's like shooting through that and something give me in the frame just there. That's one of the things you can do. We're just going to go towards a different area because it's a little bit busy. So yeah, we'll be right back. Also, another thing you can do with framing is actually use your environment, as I always say. So you can use these trees to frame things. Did a little bit of framing earlier over towards my left. There's a few people there which I didn't really want to disturb because, you know, this is kind of like a stress-free sort of environment. Yeah, do some layers somewhat. Like that. Bam. See, I'm using like all the, you know, using the to border up the actual photo itself. You can do the exact same with street photography, any other type of photography you actually want to do. But it's quite a cool concept. Just put my other, oh, pardon me. Or we can also do, just gonna make sure there's no like cliff or nothing. Obviously have something in the bottom and the top if you really want to. Obviously there's like a annoying leaf out of the way. Because like, imagine that's gonna, like those things down the bottom, they're gonna annoy you. You want to not fill the whole entire thing, but you want to fill it a little bit. So then that way the photo isn't seen boring at all, obviously. But yeah, it's quite a cool concept. Or you can do something like this if you have a far enough lens, or probably a better one than the 18-55, obviously. So, or you can do something like this. Have a bit of a, there we go. or you can do something like this. Can't fucking see. Obviously, this would be better with a different lens. Obviously, just gonna go right over there somewhere, and yeah, it's a good location to shoot with, anyways. We'll shoot on, anyways. Or either we can go try and get down there somewhere, and then yeah, we'll get from there. If you guys can hear me from the water, because we're right next to it, so yeah. Let's go towards the next location. Here's the next location. We literally walked about, I think at least, I'm not good with maths, so I think a couple of meters away. Sorry about that. You just kind of just heard a camera just thumping into your face. But anyways, so with a framing for the rule of thirds, there's obviously a lot of things you can do with framing. Obviously, if you're like working in like sports or something like that, then obviously your framing has to be somewhat perfect. Obviously not wonky, like that type of thing. Otherwise, your client will not be happy. Because I never had that, but I could have. I was trying to be a sports photographer, but I slowly stopped. I didn't slowly stop, but I'll be doing it every now and then if a team wants me to take photos for them, which I did for like many other Heathcote teams, which is fine. And then now I do this. I teach people. Well, for now that is. And yeah, the guide will be coming out soon. I keep on saying that, but I will be promoting it soon. I just keep on forgetting to. Not keep on forgetting, but I you know, I'm busy with other things such as this challenge here. So yeah, horizontals. Not horizontal. So we want the foreground obviously going to be this thing over here. Rocks, which my mum loves. Rocks. Not the rocket, not, you know, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, you know. But we want it to be the foreground for this thing. Like that. Obviously that is perfectly straight because I've had experience, whereas you guys, you might be thinking wonky horizontal lines are pretty cool, which they are, but sometimes you want to be perfect. Not perfect, but you know, you don't want to keep on, you know, going towards the cropping section and just adjusting the lines and stuff like that. But you know, you've got your preference if you want to do wonky lines with those. There's no type of there's heaps of photographers who do that, but like on purpose wise, for their own enjoyment. And then yeah, so well, let's talk about framing. You want to make sure with sports photography or content photography, you want to make sure you're framing. Make sure you have your two arms, like that type of thing, or either you have a tripod. Make sure you hold it so it doesn't have much shake. Otherwise, you end up being an unhappy person. So with framing wise, you want to be able to get the rule of thirds with those lines. See, like there's how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks there. So most people like to go for the middle part here. And the other photographers, they like to have that middle part just like that. Just those two lines, that's the middle section that you really like, that most people like to have. They want to have the subject in the middle because that creates the most attention. Whereas if you're doing street photography, most photographers want to have their subject towards like here, or like somewhere up or whatever they want to do. So most of the time, if I want to have my, say for example, this rock here, that rock there, that's going to be in the left. You're not really going to know that's the main subject, obviously, because there's no main subject. But if it's going to go towards the middle, you're going to think, oh, that rock is the middle subject. That rock is the attention-seeking person. Like, yeah, attention-seeking person. Whereas if I was going to be, let's say, I can't really use a person because I'm not. I can take a person's photo. There's a lot of fucking things happening. Say, for example, let's use. I wish there was a bird, but there isn't. We'll use that rock. Anyway. So let's just go towards that rock and just say, I'm just going to give you a great example. If we're going to use that rock as the main subject, most people want to have it in the center. Most people like to have it on the left or the right, Or either what you could do is lead a line towards it, and it doesn't have, and then that way it doesn't have to be in the fucking middle. It can be anywhere. As long as you lead the direction to it, then you'll be good. You'll be all sweet. Let's have a look. Alright. Let's say, for example, right, this fucking lens is a bit weird. It's only up to 55 millimeters, so let's say I want to lead to the direction of that tree over there. I've got it in the middle. You say, oh yeah, that's the main subject, this tree here. That's the main subject, right? You think that's the same, well, you think that's the main subject when it literally could be anywhere, but it depends on what's surrounding it. If you got nothing surrounding the subject, then there's gonna be the context of the photo is gonna be plain boring, basically. But if you've got like a whole entire environment around like this, then this is okay. But like as long as you have something in the middle, or as long as you have something leading line towards it, then you're okay. Then you're alright. But framing is a good thing to have, especially with practicing with an older camera such as this. Because now with the Canon R7 or more advanced cameras, they tend to, have a little bit of more AI features into it sooner rather than later. Or you can use a leading line like this thing over here. This crack. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm not gonna actually fall and die and be embarrassing myself in front of these people. So as long as I can't actually see. This is the worst part about this camera. You can't fucking see. I'm trying to guess. See, this is stupid. See, I've got the leading line directly towards my right, on purpose. Definitely on purpose. Some people like to use that, and then they lead the direction like that. There's one photographer who actually does I think it was back in the 60s, where he was taking photos with his film camera, and he was taking photos of people's shoes, something like that, something weird, obviously, and like in New York or somewhere in America, taking photos of these people's shoes, and there'd be like a leading line towards them, or either be like a wonky thing, making like the action thing as if they're tripping over, something like that, some sort of effect that would just create that mystery sort of thing. And then, some sort of mystery. Alrighty, let's stop talking about people's shoes and we'll just get on the video. See, if there's a subject, if the subject just being like right here, right there, then that'd be fine. But obviously with this, there's no subject. And plus, there's a horizontal, most people like to look at the horizontal line there. Also another thing, shapes and lines is also another thing I talk about a lot more. You can use those to actually create the photo as well. Symmetry as well, obviously. But no, framing is a good thing to have, and just practice holding. Or you can have accessories to use. If you don't want to use your hands, you can use some sort of thing that I think it's like a necklace. A necklace you can have with your camera, and you can use that instead of holding it with your arm, with your hands. You don't have strong enough forearms. There we go. Jeez. But yeah, but we're just going to go. I keep forgetting. We're at the place that I actually wanted to end up. Actually, we'll go towards over there. I keep on forgetting to go towards over there. I'm just running around in circles, completely. Anyways, but at the moment, I'm so far liking the challenge of obviously the main thing is just to make it as a habit and make sure I'm actually getting better and better. And also for me, I like to get better with describing things and talking about things like framing, rule of thirds, stuff like that, because I find myself thinking, am I actually good enough to talk about these things and actually teach people? Which I certainly am, but it's just got to be. I just got to get better with trying to talk about things a lot more longer. There we go. Also another crack. Just going to make sure I don't slip, so we're just going to go towards a safer side. Bam. Where's the rock? There we go. See how the rock's like right in front of us? If you want to use a leading line, I'm just going to give you a better example than the other photo we just took the other couple minutes ago. Say for example, I was sitting here. So like, let me guess, right here. I was sitting right there, and I wanted to get some sort of thing. Say for example, I was sitting there. That is, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle right now. And if I wanted to get a photo like that, to hear the water in the background, I'm now in the far right of the square. And then if I want to get like that, obviously I'm in the far middle. No, left. I'm in the far left. And then if I wanted to go like that, then I'm just getting the whole entire background. I'm just getting me, and then also the top bit of the background as well. You probably want to go towards the other side, because it's heaps better with the background rather than the background of just plain blue, which is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, you want to get something to be surrounding the subject. That includes framing as well. You want to be able to frame slowly, not quickly, because there's heaps of photographers where there's a fast photographer and there's a slower one. I was a bit of both. I would say it depends on the type of work I was doing. If I was doing content photography, I'll be the fast, quick one that would just shoot and shoot and shoot, and the shutter speed would just be fucking quick, because I want to be able to capture that moment really quickly. Whereas if I was taking photos like this, there's no pressure on me, there's nothing really moving besides the water, I'm okay. I'm fine with that. But yeah, it depends on like the event stuff, like weddings, shit like that. Then you got to be quick with it. But the framing part of it, you have to make sure you actually have no camera shake. Otherwise, the people would go like, "Are you even taking photos? I can take this with my phone, stuff like that." They'll comment on you, stuff like that. Fucking all that bullshit, which you don't want, obviously. But yeah. I'm just going to do one more example, and then that'll probably be the end. Do one more example, and then yeah. Like as I keep on, because obviously with the rule of thirds is you can break it or you can either use it. I like to do both, literally. So breaking it is like using wonky lines, like such as this. Having that really wonky horizontal line, not having the subject out of place, stuff like that, literally. Whereas the rule of thirds is more structured. It's a lot more, follow, a lot more organized sort of thing. You want to, get it more central, get it more this and that. Nah, fuck that. Sometimes you'd be like, nah. So if I was to have a subject right in that middle, I'm going to say to you yet again. Have that leading line there, which is this thing here. Have that leading line there. We obviously have our shapes, which is the rocks, and then we also have the person modeling the fucking water there, which is really nice. And then like you can obviously have it middle, top, bottom, left, right, whatever you want to do. So that's like another thing. You can do that with, or either you can go really low, or you can go really high, like have a above thing, make it like a bit more dramatic sort of thing. It's like in movies wherever they do, like in films, where they have like use different camera angles. Also camera angles can help with that too, with framing as well. That's also another thing I completely forgot. Talk about camera angles as well. Camera angles are quite good to use. So yeah, we'll go into more of this later on in terms of making photography a habit, which will be the next day, of day 17. Yeah, 17. I'm already losing my mind. So we're going to do that. So day 17 will be more of techniques, all that goody stuff, camera angles as well. And so yeah, that'll be about it. I hope you guys do enjoy a little bit of me talking a lot more than shooting. Please leave down in the comments as to, do you like the rule of thirds? Do you don't like it? Tell me why, all type of stuff. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in day 17.